just doing a video to tell you a bit more about gentle release therapy, what happens if you go for a treatment, how it works, what treatment feels like, and what kind of things we can help with. So first of all, when you come for a gentle release treatment, it's a fully clothed treatment. You'll normally lie on your back on a treatment couch and get you all comfy and get you at the right angle that's right for you. But you can also have a gentle release if you're in a wheelchair, or babies can have it. So we just work around whatever the needs of the client we're working with. So you come for a treatment, you're fully clothed, we get you comfortable on the couch, and then it's very gentle, light touch on the abdomen, on the cranial system, neck, spine, and anywhere else we feel that needs it. On the feet as well, but we can do that over the socks or under the socks, it doesn't matter. So we'll just get on with the treatment while you're lying down. You can talk if you want, you can go to sleep if you want. Whatever's right for you is perfectly fine. Some people snore all the way through, some people don't stop talking, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you need to get out of it, you will get out of it. So how does gentle release therapy work? So if you've heard of Reiki, that's the most commonly heard of energy treatment that most people will have heard of. And Reiki is a very light touch, or it can be done without touch, away from the body or by distance. And it basically uses energy on different areas of the body. Now, gentle release therapy is very similar. We bring in more traditional Chinese medicine beliefs, and also cranial release and spinal release and endocrine release. So we're kind of bringing in lots more areas into this field of energy work, a bit more specific than Reiki. So I'll just talk you through the liver, which is a common area that we treat, just to give you an idea of how and why it works. So the liver in traditional Chinese medicine is connected to anger and frustration. It's connected to ligaments and tendons and the free flow of qi, which is energy all around the body. So if you imagine somebody that's really tense because they're angry and frustrated, they might be like this because they're, I'm angry, all tense up. So that's obviously an exaggeration of the anger and frustration feeling, but most people have an element of that going on, and I haven't met anybody yet where I haven't had stuff to clear from their liver. So by gently holding the liver, we start to release the tension and stress in the body starts to relax, and immediately by doing the liver to start with, that starts to release other areas in the body. So I've got practitioners that are physios or massage therapists, and by doing the liver first, it's just going to make everything so much easier, because it's like the body just starts to melt without even having to try very hard. So that's the liver. Then you've got other organs that are associated with different things. So the kidneys are associated with fear in traditional Chinese medicine. That any kidney weakness can cause lower back problems, knee problems, tiredness, urinary problems in children, like the bladder is leaking, or they're wetting the bed at night or in the day, and it's really useful for that as well. So that's a bit about how gentle release therapy works. What does the treatment feel like? So it's normally just really nice and relaxing. There's different experiences you might have, or the therapist might have, as energy is releasing. Sometimes people will yawn or burp, or they might feel tingles, they might feel tired. You might get little bursts of emotion that you can feel as the energy is released, but it's very gentle and just really lovely. And afterwards, I would say you're going to feel more energized. Some people might feel more tired. If you're the sort of person that might feel more tired, we'd start with shorter treatments to check that you cope with them okay, and then build up to longer ones. when I haven't had a treatment for a long time, having a treatment will often knock me out and I'll have to go to bed for a bit. But the more often I have treatments, the less that happens. And then I am just like, go, 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 ready to go. And I get so much energy back from doing gentle release therapy treatments, well, from having them myself, that it's worth that hour of my week to get a treatment myself. And I just get so much more work done. It's really, really worth it. So some people, especially if they're struggling, might feel a little bit worse for a few days after a treatment, but normally by the third day they feel amazing again and they are feeling great. One thing to bear in mind is that if you think about if you've been for sports, if you're working out and your muscles get tired from working out, that kind of feeling. When we release all the tension in your body, all of a sudden your body has got to get used to holding itself in a different way with muscles it hasn't been using because it's been held by the tension. So that can cause a few niggles in the couple of days after a treatment, but then the energy starts to flow and your body gets used to feeling better again. So that's that question answered. What's next on my list? So what things can we help with? Well, anything that's to do with stress and anxiety, gentle release will be fantastic. So a lot of different issues are made worse or brought on by stress. So any of those, tick, 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 tick. Also aches and pains. We had a lady that was told to retire by her GP for her back pain or a hip pain, anyway, whichever it was, that was gone after a few treatments and she's absolutely fine. So women's health problems as well. So PMT, period pain, hot flushes, heavy bleeds, fertility issues, all can be helped with gentle release therapy. Constipation, particularly for kids. I mean, it's great for adults as well, but kids is amazing. And my daughter's almost 6, and I obviously spent a lot of time around kids over the last few years, and they always poo when I see them. They're still doing it now. And I've been helping a friend's little girl, and they now call me Magic Helen because after a little treatment, she's pooing again when she's been in having quite a lot of problems with that. So that's kids, and then like things like headaches and migraines, whether they're from a hormonal imbalance or a structural imbalance like tightness in the neck or the cranial system, then we can help support those. I've got clients that have had dizziness and vertigo and support them. So yeah, a range of things. That's just a few of the different areas. If you're curious about how it might help you, do get in touch. And if you are interested in gentle release therapy and want to try some of the techniques for yourself without going for a treatment, we've got an introduction to gentle release therapy course that you can do online that teaches you a few of the key techniques that you can use on yourself or members of your family. Or we have a practitioner training as well if you wanted to become a practitioner. So I'll leave it for there. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.